In the silence of the ancient desert, humanity rises with the sun, small beneath endless sky. Giant wanderers once ruled these lands, creatures older, mightier than memory itself. Where water hides, life clings, and danger waits. They walk as living mountains, survivors of endless drought and sand. With stone and spark, they carve survival from a merciless land. The desert keeps its dead, but not their stories. To live here was to move, forever chasing the promise of shade and water. In darkness, every sound becomes a warning. A meeting of giants and the fragile fire of humankind. Survival begins where fear meets fury. When the earth grows still, the survivors listen to what remains. The hunter endures, scarred yet unbroken, an ember that refuses to fade. From earth and ash, they learned the first medicine. To follow the giant is to walk between life and hunger. Hope deceives like the desert sun, bright, endless, cruel. The desert breathes in storms, its voice fierce, its will ancient. After the wrath comes the quiet, the land reborn, but never kind. The giants do not sleep, they watch, and they remember. When titans meet beneath dying light, the earth itself holds breath. From the giants, he learns, survival begins with patience. In the heart of desolation, life gathers where time stands still.
Be still. Between fear and wonder lies the birth of understanding.
Harmony cannot feed the hungry.
To hunt in silence is to vanish with the wind itself. The line between predator and prey is drawn in dust and blood. Every victory of survival demands its price. They give their dead to the fire, and their sorrow to the stars. From ash and loss, the will to endure is reborn. Before words, there were marks, the first language of survival. Nature shows mercy only through weakness. They shape the earth into their own defiance. The sun burns judgment on all who linger too long. Flame became their voice, rising to speak across the silence.
In the dance, they remember who they are and what the desert cannot take.
The hunters rise, not from hatred, but from hunger. When unity is born, the desert itself trembles. They feast not in victory, but in gratitude to the life that fed their own. From death, they carve the tools of tomorrow. In the distance, danger takes many shapes.
They were not alone beneath the burning sky.
Before trust, there is always the test of fear. From fear, the seed of alliance takes root.
In rare rain, the desert remembers how to live.
For a fleeting moment, the desert breathes again.
Balance returns only to those who remember their place within it. Under ancient stars, all lives, giant or small, share the same breath. What water gives, it always takes back. When the giants move, the earth itself begins to travel. Choice, the most dangerous tool ever shaped. Even in sleep, they belong to the earth. An ocean of giants moves, guided by instinct older than memory. Every journey begins with the death of what was home. The land remembers every life it swallowed. Beneath the crust of desolation, hope hides. For the first time in moons, the desert answers.
From dust and hunger, life begins anew.
They learn to guide the Earth's gifts without mastering them. The giants too had thirst. They had never left, only waited. In that shared thirst, they saw their kinship. Peace in the wild is only the silence before choice. The earth stirs to remind them that nothing stands still.
Once hunters, now they must remember how to flee.
Creation and ruin, both born from the same hands. From loss, the spark of endurance is born again. Even the wounded earth dreams beneath the stars. When the storm ends, the silence speaks of what remains. They began to carve time into stone, to remember the world before forgetting. Once many, now few, the last of the giants fading into myth. They began to shape spirit, not from gods, but from gratitude. They walked beyond the bones of their past, carrying only fire and memory.
The desert whisper, reminding them all that walked before.
In lines and stars, thought begins, the first dream of understanding.
Their story is carved, not in words, but in the bones of the world. In these lines, their story endures, silent yet eternal.